alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. Today inshallah we will start in the second part of planet Earth. Today inshallah we will start in air and water pollution. In our topic today we will start to talk about the main problem in air pollution and how we can solve the problem. The problem of water pollution and how we can solve the problem. So from the beginning, take care. Our topic today is repeated in many questions. Try to study it. Try to study it hard. Try to know each type of air problems and water problems and how we can solve it, inshallah. Let's start together. At first, we will start to talk about gases responsible for forming the photochemical smog. Photochemical smog is one of the most important types of air pollutant. Photochemical smog is type of smog consists of mixture of different gases. All of these gases are produced from industry. The level of photochemical smog increased after the Industrial Revolution, so they start to produce gases and gases and gases. These gases are going to destroy the structure of the air. At first, we want to know the structure of gases produced and how we can solve the problem. At first, step by step, what is the structure of the gases produced? At first, we have sulfur. Sulfur are mainly in coal. When we start to burn coal, sulfur react with oxygen to produce sulfur dioxide. So, sulfur dioxide is produced from burning coals. The second one, nitrogen. If you remember, we said before nitrogen molecule is unreactive. Why it is unreactive? Because each nitrogen atom is attached by triple bond to another nitrogen atom. So we need very large amount of energy to break the bond between the nitrogen atoms. From where nitrogen is found in the chemical reactions? It is the air nitrogen. Already we said that in the air we can find 78% of nitrogen. So by heating nitrogen at very high temperature, it will react with oxygen to produce nitrogen dioxide and different types of nitrogen oxides. From where we can find nitrogen oxides, nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, they are produced when air heated at very high temperature. In industries like blast furnace, in blast furnace we are heating gases at very high temperature. In cars, as air, nitrogen is heated at very high temperature and it will react with oxygen from the air to form nitrogen oxides. The last one of the pollutants is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide and unburned hydrocarbons are formed during incomplete and complete burning reaction. Having carbon dioxide and unburned hydrocarbons are responsible for increasing the level of forming photochemical smog. Then we can find we have factory, and factory is source of sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides. Also we have natural source of nitrogen oxides. We have volcano. Volcano is one of natural sources of nitrogen oxides. The movement of all pollutants of gases, they will start to move up and they will dissolve in the rain. Dissolving the following gases in the rain will start to form acidic rain. So these gases are responsible for forming acidic rain. Acidic rain will start to collect more and more, and they will start to damage planets and start to damage water and start to damage and make a lot of problems. Let's start to know the acid rain effects. Acid rain can damage soil, it can damage the lakes, it can increase the acidity of soil and lakes together. Let's start together to know what is the problem, what is the effects of acid rain. At first, limestone buildings. Limestone buildings like Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is one of buildings which made of limestone, so limestone buildings and statues are burned away. These type of buildings and these type of statues are damaged by acidic rain. We have lakes are acidified. Fish will be died. Fish will be killed by increasing the acidity of water because they will be unable to absorb oxygen from water, so they will die. Soil damage, because we said it will increase the acidity of soil. By increasing the acidity of soil, of course, it will kill plants. We have nutrients are leached out from the soil. Nutrients are starts to be removed from the soil, removed from the leaves, removed from plants. So the trees' roots will be damaged. So the plants will be unable to absorb water from the soil and they will die directly. So we are damaging crops, we are damaging plants, and we are damaging the soil and kill fish and marine organisms by the effect of acid rains. Now we will start to transfer how we can solve air problems. How we can solve air pollution problems. To solve air pollution problems, at first, we can treat the soil by using calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is limestone. So by adding calcium carbonate, limestone, we will start to treat damaged soil. Number 2, we can use scrubbers or filters. Scrubbers are added and they are put in the industry. They are put in factories. Why we will put it in factories? They are added in factories and power station of blast furnace because the gases contain sulfur dioxide will be neutralized. They will start to neutralize all acidic gases like sulfur oxides. So they will be treated by alkaline substance like lime. So lime is an alkaline substance which is found in the scrubbers and filters. It will make neutralization to acidic gases. Number 3, petrol or gasoline. Petrol or gasoline or diesel used must be refined. It must be free of lead. It must be free of sulfur. So we must remove sulfur from petrol and gasoline. Number 4, make petrol free of lead. So these are the main points of solving the air pollution problem. We can also decrease the level of air pollution by using complete burning reaction instead of incomplete burning reaction. What is the difference between complete burning reaction and incomplete burning reaction? In the case of complete burning reaction, we start to burn fossil fuels in excess of oxygen. By burning fossil fuels in excess of oxygen, we will have carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water is less toxic to the air. But if we have incomplete burning reaction, we will have burning reaction in insufficient amount of oxygen. As we use insufficient amount of oxygen, it will produce carbon monoxide and unburned hydrocarbons. Carbon monoxide and unburned hydrocarbons, they are highly toxic gases. Another way and very important way to solve the air pollution problem is to use the catalytic converter for cars. Catalytic converter, it is a type of instruments, type of apparatus we start to add it to our car. Inside the car, it contains some transition elements. Transition elements are like catalysts. They start to convert highly toxic gases like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and unburned hydrocarbon. By using the catalytic converter, by using the specific types of transition metals, they will be converted into less toxic gases. Like what? Like carbon dioxide, like water H2O, and nitrogen gas. All of these gases are gases less toxic. We start to use it to decrease the toxicity of the gases produced from burning reactions in the petrol in cars. We will start to know some gases produced from burning reaction and their effect on the human. At first, we have nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide can cause breathing problems, especially in people with difficulties in breathing. Carbon monoxide, take care of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is highly toxic gas. Carbon monoxide, its level in blood can cause death directly. At first, it will cause headache, dizziness, and in high levels, it can be killer gas. Why it will be killer gas? Because it can combine with hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is responsible for carrying oxygen to tissues inside your body. By having or breathing carbon dioxide will replace oxygen on hemoglobin and will prevent hemoglobin from carrying oxygen. So after a small period of time, it can kill the human. At last, we will start to talk about lead. Lead is neurotoxic metal. Lead can cause difficulties in children, especially in learning. In children, small amounts are stored in the human body. So take care from all of these gases. All of these gases, we can produce it from burning petrol in cars. Take care. All new types of petrols must be free of lead. Why it must be free of lead? Because lead is toxic. Lead is poisonous to our catalytic converter. As lead is poisonous to catalytic converter, it can damage it. By damaging the catalytic converter, it will be useless. It will be unable of converting the toxic gases into less toxic gases. It will be unable to convert carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides into nitrogen and water and carbon dioxide. So it will damage the catalytic converter. Now we will transfer to the next topic, global warming. Global warming is main topic. Really, we are talking about as general, the sun is the main source of energy on the earth. Usually, our earth is surrounded by atmosphere. Sun starts to release large amounts of energy. The amounts of energy produced from sun are stored on the earth. Not all the amount of energy is stored on the earth. By the evening, excess amount of energy will return back. Excess amount of energy, the earth starts to remove it directly each evening. But when we start to increase the level of air pollution, the level of some gases increases in the air. By increasing the level of some gases like carbon dioxide and methane, these gases start to prevent losing energy, decrease the amount of lost energy from the earth. Some sunlight that hits the earth is reflected and becomes heat. Carbon dioxide and mainly methane in the atmosphere trap heat. They keeping the earth warm. So we are talking about two gases are mainly responsible for global warming. At first, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide produced from burning fossil fuels. Carbon dioxide levels increase by cutting down trees and forests. They are produced from human respiration and animals' respiration. Another type of gas is methane. Take care, methane is more effective than carbon dioxide 20 times. Methane produced from cows and animals' digestion. Methane can be produced from decaying of dead organic matters. They are produced from rice paddy fields and landfill sites. All of these sites can produce large amounts of methane. How we can solve the problem of global warming? At first, we can burn organic wastes. We can use methane as source of energy. We can use it as fuel instead of increasing the level of global warming. Instead of damaging the earth, we can use it as source of energy and burn it directly. We should increase the amount of forests. We should increase the amount of plants and stop cutting forests, of course. What will happen when the global warming increases? Global warming will start to melt ice, will start to melt polar ice. Sea levels will increase, so we will have small amount of land for planting. We'll have a small amount of land to use it. The surface of the earth will change it. The temperature of the earth will increase. By increasing the temperature of the earth, we will have many different problems. We will have new hurricanes, we will have new volcanoes, we will have many different problems. Also, the amounts of crops and plants will decrease. All of these are problems will be increased if global warming increased. Now we will transfer to water. So we have finished air problems, how we can save the air problems. Now we will transfer to water. At first, you must know water uses. Water uses, we have water uses in homes and water use in industry. At first, at home, we can use water in drinking, gardening, cooking, toilets, We can use it in washing. We can use it in taking a shower. We can use it in washing. In different uses, we can use water. Water is essential in our daily life. In industry, water is used in cooling tanks and can be used as solvent in industry. So, they are the main uses of water at homes and industry. This topic and these uses are repeated as question in the exam. The next one, water treatment. Of course, if we want to make water treatment, we will make water treatment for the river water. We will start to make water treatment for streams water. We want to make water treatment for the sea water. Because in the case of seawater, we have large amounts of salts. Salts are soluble in water. To remove salts from water, we need to make desalination. Desalination is very expensive process. So when we start to make water treatment, we are talking about river or streams water. Water treatment, we have two main steps. The first step is making filtration to remove any solid substance, to remove any solid particles from water. The second process, killing bacteria by adding chlorine. So let's go step by step at water treatment. At first, we have filtration to remove solid particles from the water. Solid particles can be removed by using sand filters. It is one of the ways to remove solid particles. At first, we have water from streams, from river, from rain. Directly, we will start to collect it in our field of water treatment. We have screens for straining floating rubbish. We have screens for removing rubbish out of water. In the next step, we will start to add chemicals like ozone, like lime, like alum. All of these are compounds used as coagulants, and also we use it to start to damage the structure of any pesticides in our water. We will start to mix all of these coagulants. Coagulants are chemical substances responsible for collecting the small particles. Let's imagine we have chemical substance like pole. This pole is like a magnet. It is capable of collecting small particles of dust and particles of unrequired solid particles. It will be collected over our chemical substance to increase its volume. By increasing the volume of our substance, it will be with large size, so it will be very heavy and it will be precipitated in the water. So we will start to make sedimentation. Sedimentation means we have precipitation for unrequired mud, unrequired solid particles. We will start to pass all water through filtration process by using sand filters. Sand filters, we have different layers of sand. Large size sand, small size, and very, very small size sand. When water starts to pass through sand, the solid particles will be removed. The solid particles will be strained, will be detected, will be removed from our water. So we have finished our filtration process. By finishing filtration process, we have disinfection process. Disinfection process including adding chlorine. Chlorine is mainly responsible for killing bacteria. By killing bacteria, we have water can be used for drinking. We have water is safe for humans and animals. So we can say that we add ozone to break down pesticides and other materials. We have a charcoal. Charcoal is added to remove any bad taste and smell in water, to remove chemicals. And chlorine is added for killing bacteria. Now we will transfer to limestone cycle. Limestone cycle. Limestone is one of the most important compounds in our crust. At first, you must know that limestone is found in very large concentration on the crust, and we already use it in very large scale in industry. Structure of limestone is calcium carbonate, CaCO3. When we start to heat calcium carbonate at high temperature, it will convert it into quicklime. Quicklime is calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas will be produced. Start to memorize the structure. Of quicklime, calcium oxide. When we have calcium oxide, at first start to cool it. By cooling, we will add water. When we add water to quicklime, it will convert it into slaked lime. Slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. If we start to add carbon dioxide and heat slaked lime, it will convert it into calcium carbonate and water will be evaporated. So it is the cycle of limestone. We start with the limestone, then it is converted into quicklime. Quicklime by adding water will convert it into slaked lime. Slaked lime by heating and by adding carbon dioxide will convert it into limestone again. Structure is required, chemical structure is required, steps of converting each one into another is required. Take care of it. Uses of limestone. Limestone already uses in a lot of industries, like making glass. Paper production. We add limestone in paper production to increase the whiteness of paper. We can use it in iron production. We can use it in blast furnace to remove the sand, to remove the impurities from water. We can use it in building materials like concrete. We can use it in soil and lakes neutralization. We can add it in cement industry. It is one of the most important uses of limestone. So we can use it in construction, use it in sewage treatment, use it in emissions cleaning and emissions treatment in factories, in scrubbers and filters. We can use it in water treatment, we can use it in soil treatment, in iron and steel production in blast furnace. We can use it in sugar manufacture and toothpaste manufacture. All of these are uses of limestone, so it is important topic. At last, we will finish with hydrogen fuel cell. I expect that we studied hydrogen fuel cell before. Hydrogen fuel cell is one of the most efficient resources of energy. Each 1 mole of hydrogen can produce the largest amount of energy from its burning reaction. Its burning reaction, we just burn hydrogen with oxygen to form water. So we just burn hydrogen with oxygen to form water. This type of burning reaction is one of environmental friendly reactions. We have no carbon dioxide, we have no emissions, we have reaction is low toxic reactions. So we are talking about one of very important sources of energy. But take care, hydrogen fuel cell is like any source of energy. We have advantages and disadvantages. In the hydrogen fuel cell, just remember with me, we burn hydrogen H2 and oxygen O2 to produce a very large amount of energy and water. Advantages of hydrogen fuel cell. At first, hydrogen fuel cell is a renewable resource of energy. It is a renewable resource of energy if we use solar energy for making electrolysis. We need hydrogen and oxygen. How can we use hydrogen and oxygen directly? We need to make electrolysis for water. So we need source of energy at first. If we use solar as source of energy, we have renewable resource of energy. It is lower flammability than gasoline and petrol. We said we have no toxic gases. It is virtually emission-free. No carbon dioxide is produced, so it is free of emissions. It is zero emission of carbon dioxide. It is most efficient source of energy. It is non-toxic source of energy. So we are talking about a very important source of energy, and its advantages are very important advantages. Disadvantages of hydrogen fuel cell. At first, we have non-renewable if we use nuclear energy or fossil fuels. If we use non-renewable resource of energy, the hydrogen fuel cell will be non-renewable resource of energy. It will need large fuel tank. We still make experiments to increase the size of the fuel tank. We have very few filling stations where car can start to use hydrogen as a source of energy. Our engines need to be redesigned, need to be changed to use hydrogen instead of petrol. At last, hydrogen fuel cells are still expensive. By finishing hydrogen fuel cell, we can say we have finished our topic today. I hope that you understand our topic. The last topic in our syllabus, inshallah, will be sulfates compounds. Sulfates compounds, we will finish it in the next video. Try to study our video today. Try to be with me step by step. Try to memorize organic chemistry. It is very important in your syllabus. Thanks for watching our video today. Don't forget to make like and share for our video. And don't forget to make subscribe to have any new video from our channel. Thanks for watching today. See you later. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.